And to answer your question, ask it again.
What was my question?
On the road, doing them by Maine.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the business.
I asked my lead, not Joe, but my lead crew chief in Jesse Ramirez. He is the absolute top of the line there. He's 100% confident that they can do it. That's versus the last time. They were confident that they could do it, but they were pretty much convinced that they couldn't because they've never done it before. But
You recall they did a portion of Medina.
yeah, on Medina Road.
Medina.
Yeah, so we did a block and a half. A block, was it a block?
Felt like
Block and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole city.
It felt like a block and a half, but people got sick, and so we incorporated guys from the water department. So and Jesse was the only one knowledgeable, Jesse and Joe, and then the rest of the 7 people were never even set foot on top of it. So that said, it didn't turn out so well. Not good at all. But if you go further down the road, what these guys did, now we completed that street all the way to 1581, and it's spectacular. It's nice, really nice. I wish Miss Hernandez was here so she can comment on whether she like it. It goes along her path there. So I'm wondering if hopefully she can comment on it. But, but anywho, everybody else, we've got none but good reviews. Only one drawback, right, because of the curb. Something about the curb. They nicked the curb, whatever. It was a quick fix. It took us 10 minutes to fix it. But basically, a little hydraulic cement. But that was the only complaint. Other than that, it was all positive. All positive.
Thank you, Hector.
All right.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow.
All right, chief. You're up.
Can we stop after the party?
You wanna take a break? You wanna take a break?
No, what's this?
Why don't you go through
Yeah.
30 minutes.
it? I think you over the other roads, James, sorry about that. Mary,
Yeah.
before-
I got it. Or you can start. I'm just gonna step out for a second. I'll be right
You
back.
wanna take a break?
I will, in 30 minutes, I'll have this schedule.
Go ahead, are we gonna have a break?
No.
No?
Keep
Okay.
going, you wanna keep going.
Good evening. That first slide right there, it's gonna show our statistics from October 23 to, well, I wouldn't say current, but June. Those are the numbers, and in my opinion, they're high. PD works, we work, and a lot of it, it's just, it comes with it. We work here in the city. The city is, according to the population statistics that I have, we're 53% of the whole county, just here in Pearson. So naturally, we're gonna have the most amount of work. There's 1,252 offenses, 579 calls where offenses occurred, so those 1,252 came out of those 579 calls. 268 arrested, 1,448 incident reports created, 962 citations issued, 1,427 warnings given, 526 security checks, 4,782 calls for service. That's in 8 months.
Hey, chief, if you add all those numbers up, is that equal call for service? Is that?
Kind of, because call for service is gonna include everything. That's airtime dispatch. Tells us to go here, go there. There's a dog barking, someone just got stabbed, whatever it may be, that's a call for service. That's what's given to the patrol officers on their computers. That doesn't include investigations or anything else, which is another item that I'm gonna speak about here shortly. But with that said, if you are wondering what that picture was, that last little picture, back in, I think 1966, Frosty the Snowman, that magician, he says that he better get busy, busy, busy. And that's why, because that's what we are, we're busy, 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 and it's all the time, it doesn't stop. So,
we operate for 8,760 hours a year. That's the amount of hours in a year. That's what the PD runs. There are no days off, there is no time off. Someone is always dealing with whatever is happening in the city through the PD, whether it be through me or through my patrol officers, investigators, whatever it may be. Just a reference of a traditional work week in a year is 2,080 hours. So that shows you it's the PD is manned. I mean, it's like I'm saying, we're very busy. In the next little paragraph, it's unmistakable and undeniable. The police department has a full fleet, and we're all proud to work where we work there at the PD. My officers are there because they choose to be there, whether it be because of the leadership that I think that we've shown them, or anything else. But they're there because they want to be there. And my biggest goal for this coming year is to retain the employees that we've gained, the officers that we've gained over the past 3-4 months. Council, y'all have saw how we struggled for over a year, who could get very little applicants, if anything. And it's been a blessing from God, and we've been able to get some guys hired on. With that being said, that's my priority. That's my main focus for this coming year, is to make sure that we keep those employees. And of course, there's no promise of any type of increase. And I completely understand. But I would really like for y'all to at least keep that in y'all's minds. We are the busiest department in the county. That's just what it is. That's natural, because we have the most population. We're gonna have the most of everything. I would like y'all to consider compensating these officers for the amount of work that they put in. They're constantly busy. That being said, if there's any type of incentive or anything like that for employees, I don't even know how to qualify for it. But I'd like to say right now that I'd like to forfeit mine for it to be given to my employees, because they're the driving force at my department. Next is the COPS grant that we received. With that grant, I would really like to create some investigative positions and some investigators, because we're very behind on cases, felony cases. Right now, well, I'm not gonna say right now, but about 2 weeks ago, we were at about 441 open felony cases. That's everything from felony theft to felony drugs to aggravated assault to sexual assault, aggravated sexual assault, whatever it may be. But we have 441 open felony cases. I have 4 investigators right now, and each of them have, if you divide it, it's well over 100. Right now we're able to push out about 30, anywhere from 30 to 40 cases a month. That's what we're able to get delivered to the DA. But at the same time that we're delivering those 40 are coming in. You look at our offense report for, pick a month out of the year, it's February 24, there was 98 offenses. Out of those 98, I'm sure half of them were felonies, or close to that. So, as fast as we're pushing them out, they're coming right back in. What's happening is we're not giving the citizens the proper justice that they deserve for crimes being committed against them or against their property or whatever it may be. So I would like to create 2 investigator positions with those monies if possible. And lastly, I think we've done a pretty good job with the help of you all, and Mr. Reyes, with keeping up with our equipment. And basically planning for the future. And I'd like to continue that streak as far as making sure that we have the equipment that we need, before we need it, you know? Because there's no sense and there's no use in us getting something well after the fact. So, equipment's gonna be a thing. With the addition of officers that we have, we're gonna need more equipment. We're gonna need additional vests purchased, possibly firearms, shields, things of that nature. And those are all added costs. And $1,000 might not sound like a lot for a rifle, but when we're buying 5 of them, and 5 vests, 5 shields, it's gonna easily add up to about $20,000. And I just wanted to go, I mean, with y'all's permission, if I could just get permission, just to give my, my input on the whole, the vacation buyback, that'd be okay.
Yeah.
I personally have over, or I'm not sure where I'm at right now, but last, I was over about 500 hours. Wasn't over 500 hours because I wanna be over 500 hours. It's because it's really tough to take time off. I've been dedicated to the city for 13 years, as of July 1st. And it's tough. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm not on vacation. I'm on call for those 8,760 hours a year. I'm never off. If I'm out of state, which I haven't been these past 2 years that I've been here as the chief, then, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. But if I'm in San Antonio, if I'm anywhere else, if something happens, I'm here in town, or I'll make my way here in town. And I just want y'all to basically consider it, and I don't wanna step on anybody's toes, but I would really love if y'all would maybe consider grandfathering the employees that if accrue those kind of hours to where maybe they don't lose them, because I don't know how I can take off for 8 weeks or 9 weeks. I took off this past week and yes, sir. I got phone calls every day and I'm working, but it's okay. I love Pearsall. I live here. Kids go to school here, and I mean, it's my job. It's my duty. And however anyone wants to see it, it's my life. That PD is my life. Sure, aside from my children, that's my life. So, like I mentioned, we're very proud to work there. Nobody there wants to leave, but of course, I mean, my loyalty to them, their loyalty to me, it can only run so far, and I don't want to lose anybody. Not after seeing how hard it was to fill those positions without any type of extra incentives or giving sign-on bonuses or anything like that. We got those guys on with nothing other than come work with us and y'all will love it. You're gonna learn. We told them everything that we could tell them to sell it, and we sold it. So it was very hard, and I don't want to lose anybody. We'll go over the numbers real quick. I don't know, can you pull it up now?
Oh, you want your budget numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Chief, who's your captain?
My captain is named Joel Gutierrez.
So he should be filling your shoes in when you go on vacation, correct?
Yes, sir. But there are I'm not gonna say there's a whole lot of things, but there are several things that he can't do that I can. Some of it is TCO related, some of it is HR related. And that's where we're at right now.
So you should only receive calls when it's TICO related, correct?
Sir?
You should then only receive calls when it's TICO related when you're on vacation?
I wish it worked over here.
Well, he said that that was, it was either HR related or,
But HR, he can go directly to her, right?
Yes.
so, oh.
But on the hiring process, whenever we hire somebody, I'm the chief administrator for the police department. And I'm the one that has to do the T-4 paperwork, if we were to hire somebody.
I see that you're asking for 2 employees, chief.
No, sir, I'm not asking for, we already received.
Those are part of the grant.
For the cops.
So this- Oh, the cops grant.
Yes, sir.
So you're just asking for 2 open.
I would like to create those positions with those.
We made the assumption, chief, maybe I'm wrong, to clarify, that we made the assumption that those were gonna be patrol officers.
Oh.
But again, but that's part of the distinction, is I think he's looking for.
So you're gonna have 22 employees.
Yes, sir.
That's the most that we've ever had.
Yes, sir, it is.
You know what's disturbing to me?
What's that?
Is that San Antonio was raining today, so I spent most of my day here in Pearsall. I was here probably since 12 o'clock. I spent a good hour of that close to the bank for about an hour and a half. I went to go eat lunch with the city manager. You know how many cop cars I saw in town?
What was it?
None.
None?
I only saw one, which was a Pearsall ISD police, vehicle. I drove around all of town. I went through the sewage plant. I went to Tractor Supply. I'm not counting the ones I saw parked over there. But I'm saying in town, driving around. I saw none. For 6 hours, well, roughly 5.5. I saw none. That's very disturbing to me. Because I should see presence of the police department at least one time out of those 5.5 hours.
I can see what you're saying.
And that's just me. I just picked a day. Maybe you only had a couple of officers on a Tuesday.
I have two officers on,
I should at
2
least.
marked patrol.
Yes. Apart from whatever we have, your investigators or whoever else was on the clock today.
Yes, sir.
But that's one of the biggest complaints that I could say that we all get is police presence. We should at least see someone roaming the main street or neighborhood. I mean, I went to the neighborhood, I went to the apartments, I went to the west side, east side, south side, north side, everywhere. Just driving around. Didn't see one.
Yeah, no, it's very, very likely. I could also say very high possibility they could have been on the call.
Could have been.
They could have been called a call. Were you able to bring up the numbers?
I don't know why it's not showing it on
Not
there.
sure why, for whatever reason.
Hold on.
Do you all have a copy of the numbers?
We do.
Yes.
We can just go off. There's not a whole lot of changes, but, there was some line items that were moved. And, that, specifically, the, repairs maintenance vehicle, which is, 15107,417, that was moved to fleet services under, is that, utilities? I'm sorry,
No,
Public Works. Yeah, that was moved to Public Works, and that's gonna, that line item, or the monies in that line item is to, repair vehicles, maintain vehicles, oil changes, tires, brakes, alternators, batteries, whatever it may be. I believe they just grouped all the monies together, correct, for that line item? Short of that, we didn't really have a whole lot of changes. There was an increase in clothing supplies, which is necessary for the officers that we gained. And there was an increase in firearms and ammunition, $10,000 to be exact.
What's the, increase for? What are we buying firearms for?
We're gonna be changing out our pistols.
And the reason for that is?
Our pistols are over 10 years old now. Our current handgun.
Is there a regulation or a law regarding that?
No, sir. It's just to be on the safe side.
So what do we do with the old pistols?
They will either be traded in to reduce the cost, or they will be auctioned off.
What do you guys care?
Glock 22, 40 caliber. We're looking to go to the the same handgun that the county is using, Glock 45.
Is this a need or a want?
It's right in the middle. I wouldn't call it a want, because we're talking about potentially a life-saving tool. And a life-saving tool, it's a decade old.
Well, it is a life-saving tool.